Hey guys, it's actually the Cyborgs here, filming another episode of Tap Tuesday with
Tristan Pugh.
Oh shit, you're next. I'll be the only one. I said it! I'm off my mouth. Fuck off.
Third time.
Right, I'm
isn't
leaving this in, keep going.
Alright.
it? And yeah, Callum Cook.
Yeah, Cook topped to YCS once. Twice. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm officially a pro player now, so it's
Are you
fine.
gonna start streaming on Twitch and put pro player in your title?
I'm gonna do a £98 coaching a month.
98.
Are we gonna start your Bell Dogmatic Punishment?
Oh my god. Oh.
I didn't know you knew about that. That was gonna be one of the topics.
Oh no, I shown it to the word now.
Stay tuned for that story.
Oh.
It's gonna be a good one.
Oh no. Do we wait? We should have discussed this before. Do we want to start with the Liverpool stuff, or do we want to like end with it? We'll end
I mean,
with
that
it.
was a good segue into it, but we could also just segue into something else.
Right. We're gonna start with actual news, and then we're just gonna like talk BS for like half an hour. After,
Okay.
yeah? We good with that?
Standard, yeah.
Yeah, works.
I'm gonna ruin the segue. I might edit it around. We'll see. I'll see if I can be bothered.
It's all staying in.
It's all staying in. This is all staying in. I'm not editing this.
Yeah, we're doing no editing.
Yeah.
No editing to this.
No editing.
No, zero editing.
Zero.
It was never editing.
I might actually put the like overlay on for once, but who knows? So yeah, the Synchro Storm set that was like meant to come out in January? Question mark.
Yeah, January.
So it got pushed back from July to January,
Yeah.
and now it's being brought forward to October. And the tins got pushed back from August to September to end of September. No, they are still in September, aren't they?
And the start of October now.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the
beginning of
start
October.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. What else? Did anything else get pushed back? I don't
Every
Brothers
set
of
got
Legend.
pushed back,
Everything
right?
just got pushed back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
They just brought Synchro Storm earlier and pushed everything back.
Yeah, I mean, Synchro Storm does make the boat a lot better though. Like it changes boat format, I guess. But
Mix the token deck.
Makes
What are
total-
your opinions on like why they've done that though?
I don't know. I don't know why they would have done it, to be honest.
I genuinely think pack codes. Like no, for the Master Duel. I think
Oh,
that's the
really?
only one of the
Oh,
only
it could
reasons.
be.
Oh, okay.
I
Alright.
think that's one of the only reasons. Like, imagine it's like Pokemon, right? Every pack gets a code, but it's literally going to be like 100% guaranteed going to get every player pretty much to want to play Master Duel. Imagine how much they'll benefit every single way from it. Like IRL packs will like go up dramatically in like sales 100% because you're getting 2 packs for 1 now, and like a large amount of the player base is obviously looking forward to Master Duel.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like, they're either going to give every single card in like the database for free, but that's never going to happen. It's like,
Yeah, it seems very
That's
optimistic.
Yeah.
Or, like-
That's fair.
they can just do it how like Pokemon do it, and just like every pack has a pack and you get a free pack.
I
Which
guess.
It's an interesting theory.
Yeah,
When does
yeah.
Master Duel come out?
But we don't know about Master Duel.
No. We have Master Duel infos next week. There's like Gamescom.
The
Yeah.
only thing that sort of like makes that not really a thing is that if they push back the tins for that, which is October, isn't Master Duel coming out like next year? So like,
No, well, I'd assume it would come out this year personally, just because like if you're trying to get people qualifying for next year's Worlds for Master Duel, having it start in like January and like trying to compete to Worlds in August is like it's only like an 8-month gap to like go
Yeah.
from start of game to like Worlds, right?
yeah.
So
Just because you gotta beta test the game as well, right?
Yeah,
You don't like
exactly.
release a final version.
yeah. So like personally, I feel like it'd be in the next like couple of months.
I could see it.
Especially
just
as like
makes
the
sense,
graphics
yeah.
the graphics look really like almost
Yeah,
finalized
they look
now
good.
as well.
Yeah.
So as long as like the technical aspects of the game are there, then I think it's fine.
It's like they've never delayed like just every set that's coming
Yeah,
out right
exactly.
before. It's like it's been like 1 or 2 sets, but like it just makes sense if they're delaying literally every set that's coming out in the next few months. Like pack codes would make sense because it gives them time to just
actually
put-
like
The other reasoning I heard is that they actually had a shortage of wood. No, ironically, yeah.
Well,
Like
it-
ironically.
Nah, the raw
Sure.
material that they use to make like Yu-Gi-Oh cards comes from wood, and there was like a shortage, which would explain why everything got pushed back. And Synchro Storm was probably already ready, because if it was in July, and then they pushed to January, probably the cases are already ready, sitting somewhere in Konami's corner.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I guess we're pushing those earlier, so we can delay the rest and have something in the gap. I don't know how good pack codes is as a mechanic, but I
think
could see them doing it.
Yeah, I don't know
I think
how-
it'll benefit. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I mean, it
successful
would make winning like packs more worth it.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, if we got a
Like, if you're
virtual
wi-
copy.
Like if you're winning like Dawn of Majesty, it's like useless unless it has some sort of value inside
It
the
is.
game.
Like,
But even
I-
then, it's still useless, isn't it?
It's still useless.
Yeah,
It's
I
useless
guess.
in game.
I don't know,
you
maybe
have
it's like a
two
pack for
packs,
anything.
two
Maybe it's
useless
not.
packs, Fog.
Maybe it doesn't have to be like a Dawn of Majesty packs in game.
You'd literally
I-
buy Dawn of Majesty for the promo code. Like you're not buying
Yeah.
Dawn of Majesty for the IRL cards. You're buying it for the
What
Master
do you
Duel pack.
mean? I want my
Yeah.
magic cards, bro.
I won locals on Friday. I got like 8 packs of Dawn of Majesty. Sam offered me 5 for them, and I considered taking them. I didn't. I opened, and I think
Yeah.
the 5 had more value than the results from those 8 packs.
Literally.
Oh, I sold my 18 packs for 20 quid. That was a Nando's.
That was a Nando's.
I'll take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was,
imagine you win a tournament, like you top a tournament and your prize is a Nando's voucher. I would
Take
definitely
that.
take that over the
I'll
Dawn of
take
Majesty
that.
packs.
Yeah.
my prize was my entry cost back. Literally,
Yeah.
that was it, and then I bought Nando's.
Oh,
It's like funny.
that's
Sounds like a work trip.
isn't it? Yeah.
My locals had like the sneak peek thing, but they had it this Sunday because like they didn't all the Dawn of Majesty stuff didn't arrive in time for when it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I went and I just stopped caring when I realized that like, oh, I'm actually only going to win Dawn of Majesty. I'm not going to win any OTS packs. So what is the
What's
point?
the point? Yeah.
And then I ended up losing to Heroes anyway.
You can't out
Lovely.
Darklaw. How are you outing
That
Darklaw?
wasn't
I don't know.
You can't have it. Like,
It's too
It was the
big.
game.
dude,
He had max rarity Heroes as well.
no way.
Literally like ulti Darklaw, ulti Stratos.
That's more than your
I've-
bank account.
I've never seen that guy before.
Yo.
He just rocked up with max
I
rarity
get
Heroes.
like having max rarity heroes for like collecting, but like playing, no. Surely you play a real deck.
I mean, if it's the only deck you can afford.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
the money has to go
He spent
somewhere.
he spent all his he spent
Nice.
all of his money on that, and he can't afford to buy like an actual deck now.
Oh, yeah, it's
live in a
kind of
house.
it's kind of crazy now because like locals are going back here, and like you show up to locals, I don't recognize anyone. Like a bunch of people that just like
Yeah.
I played the guy around when it's like, oh, I never played Yu-Gi-Oh before, but I started playing DB during the pandemic, and now I'm going to locals. It's
Yeah,
like-
we've had like loads of new players as well.
Yeah. That's-
We properly have Master Duel, which can like actually introduce people to a
Yeah.
real platform, not whatever DB is.
Yeah, it's pretty mad that like the pandemic's caused that sort of thing with loads of things.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
thought Yu-Gi-Oh would die.
Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah.
it would like have like this much of a player base. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Insane.
so I had a guy buy a playset of Torn Scales off the trade group from me, and then he's like, "Oh, do you have any other PK stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I sold him like my PK core basically for like 90 or something, and then he's like, he sends me his address, and I'm like, "This is the next village over." And then I look on his profile picture, and it's a guy I went to college with, and I'm just
Oh my
like,
god.
yeah, that's pretty mad.
and I'm just like, so I'm like, just come collect it, it's calm. And then he like just tells me about how like when the COVID started, like him and his like roommates just like bought like boxes, like just cost, and then they just started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and this guy's like playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh now. It's mad to me, like
Yeah.
so seeing stuff like that is just crazy. Like,
Yeah, that's something similar. Someone that I used to work with, like I just saw him randomly post on the trade group saying he was looking for 2 imperms. I was like, what?
Yeah,
that must mean he has like a full deck and he's looking for imperms
like
at this
he's
point.
actually trying to be competitive.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool
Nah.
to see, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's actually
Oh,
really
for
cool
sure.
to see. And
It should
so-
make like the next big event like huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to be massive. Whenever that is. But
Oh
like,
yeah.
I think like like obviously everyone's trying for a YCS, but like I was like I went Liverpool. I was like I just miss Nat so much. It's like,
Yes.
I think Nationals has like the best vibe. It's like 10
Yeah.
times better than a YCS. Obviously the tournament for YCS is miles better, but like Nats is just like because it's like closer for everyone pretty much. It's just like
you're
you
guaranteed
know
to-
10 times more people as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah.
It's just like I just want Nats badly to be honest.
And even like those kind of regionals, like 100 people regionals,
Yeah.
like that you get like decent pricing. Even just that, like something competitive you can play in person. But I think we're getting there. I think like
We are
more
getting there,
3 months.
Well, I mean,
Definitely,
Maybe-
definitely
Liverpool's
felt like it.
Liverpool's like
90
just under
players.
100, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
90. Yeah.
And that was up north, and it was filled, right? Like
Yeah.
a place that
Yeah.
could host more people, and probably south where you go, more players you have.
yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon.
The
I reckon
venue
if
was
it's-
alright.
I reckon if it was like in the south, you could have easily hit like 200, 300. Like,
Easy, yeah, easy.
I had to turn like 13 people away from locals this week.
really?
Wow.
Yeah,
What, Mike's? Really?
yeah.
What?
He managed to scramble like far more people. It had like 30 people showed up to the first event.
No way. That's mad.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
locals are going to tonight. We're normally in like a smaller room, but it's like literally overflowing into like other parts of the store. We have to like take over a table for like someone else to play. So they've given us like a bigger room for it now. If they're hitting
That's
like
sick to see.
20 people consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my locals is like Fanboy Free, so it's like a pretty big like or well-known locals, but like they're still doing like restrictions and stuff. Like they've
Mhm.
chosen to
Okay.
like keep it in pods, so it's just like awkward. It's like the hobby
we've-
league. Yeah, they do hobby league, but it's like the tournament is every pod, and it's like 6 to 8 players every pod, so it's just
Mhm.
awkward. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, the locals I'm going to, they don't want to do like loads of rounds so that everybody's there late. So they're splitting like the turnout into 2 different groups and having 2 different pods,
Oh.
and then running like 4 rounds for each of the pods.
yeah,
That kind of makes sense.
Which is like not bad. Like 4 rounds is like
Yeah.
fine.
yeah.
We're
like a
still
real
doing
locals.
4 rounds. We're still doing 4 rounds. Even if it's like everyone in the same tournament, it just goes like 4 rounds and split pricing per record.
Yeah.
So basically, if you go XO, you get something. You go X1, you
Oh
get something.
no.
That makes
Mine's the
sense.
worst. Mine is.
You go X2,
mine is
just
so
don't do anything.
bad. So mine is like easily like 20 to 30 people like every week, and they just decided they don't want to give prize support. Like they used to give prize support before like COVID, and now they're like, okay, we'll give you 1 OTS for entry, and then at the end of the tournament you can have 1 extra pack. And I'm just like, what's the point of this tournament? Every single person gets a pack. Like, what's the point? Like,
Anything for winning or anything. Yeah.
literally,
So-
like,
It's like communism in
there's like,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
there's like literally no reason to play the game. So like, I literally
You
like,
could just turn up, sit there, and like give
Yeah.
your opponent the win every round, and you get the same
Yes,
as the person
yes,
who got firsted.
yes.
What?
So
Yeah.
I tried to order some cards on Card Market, so I could play my my what's it called, Megalith strategy at locals, for my 1 pack because it doesn't
Yep.
matter.
Yep.
And then
Anything.
well, I'm contacting Card Market support.
The standard, like
standard.
the 80% that you get, that you'll probably contact Card Market
Yeah,
support.
I'll tell you the story after, Cook. It's pretty funny.
Oh, it is funny.
It's not quite worth this podcast, but yeah. But yeah,
Locals
I-
price support's been getting better. Like
Yeah.
we were running out of OTS packs for a while, and then
yes.
like they said, I asked them like, oh, what can we do to like upgrade the store like in the eyes of Konami or whatever, and like go up the OTS levels. They're like, oh, if we have like judges and we have like consistent big turnouts, then you go up the OTS levels. So I got literally every competent player to just do the judge exam. I was like, just do it. It doesn't. You don't actually have to do anything. It doesn't cost anything. Just show
Yes.
that you know like what a damage step is, and you'll probably become a judge.
Oh,
So
I
you
was-
did.
I can't,
And
I
then-
can't do it. I can't do it. The damage step is too complicated.
I know
You're
that
all-
the damage step exists. I don't know what happens in it.
I don't. We go there and then we like leave it.
But you go there and you call a judge.
Nah, you see, you're overestimating. Half the judges don't know what the damage step is.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
Let's
that's
be real.
true.
I don't understand it. It's too much.
You know that you
Nah,
can't
it's-
ash in the damage step. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If anyone says like start step, I just shiver. I'm like, nah. What the fuck is that?
No,
You know,
I know that
I
one.
hate playing against judges because when you play against judges, they use the correct terms for everything instead of just saying damage step. I'm like, what the fuck you want? Where are we?
Where-
We are in substep 3, dude. What does that mean?
It's uncharted territory.
I've never been here before.
No, it's actually the worst. It's terrifying when the judge like does that. Oh no, it's when the judge thinks they know the rulings and they're wrong, and then they're like, "Oh, but I'm a judge, I know it." And I'm like, "No."
It's the worst on remote duel. Like that's happened so many times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's happened to me too. It's more drama and fueled stories that involve me. Love that.
Yeah.
Why is UK Yu-Gi-Oh just a bunch of drama everywhere?
It's great though, isn't it?
It actually is. It is.
I love it though. I actually love
It
it.
keeps the game going.
Yeah.
It's actually a tabloid. Like YuGiOh is just like the sun with extra steps.
No, it's why I'm looking for. I am looking forward to like the bigger events. Like I want to go to like 100-man event just because.
Oh, imagine the stories.
Yeah, I want.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was like the first event in Liverpool, and there's already like 10 plus
Yeah.
that came from that
Yeah.
little Switch event. It's like it's mad.
And everyone knows, and we weren't there. Like someone just told someone. It just the information just
Yeah.
spreads. It's so funny.
That's why I love UK YuGiOh, just because like or everyone almost knows everyone, or like you at least like know of everyone, right?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's like the 7 degrees to Kevin Bacon thing, right? Like you take like have you never heard of this?
I know what you're talking
What?
about. I just thought it was a random
No,
sensation.
no. So like you're always 7 ways. Like if you know someone and that person knows someone, and it's like 7 ways down the line that person knows Kevin Bacon. That's like the rule of life or whatever.
Oh.
And it's and my point is it's similar to YuGiOh, whereas you know someone who went to an event.
Yeah.
Where's my thing unfocused so much? But yeah,
Yeah, I know it's a while ago, but I just ignored it.
I've given up on it. Oh well. But no, like I think I was talking to someone at locals about this, and like they just like they were complaining about someone in the trade group, and I was like, oh, I know that person. Why are you complaining about them? And then they were like, oh, who was it? Oh, it was the Fazu stuff, right? And I was like, and they were talking about that in my locals chat, and I was like, oh yeah, I sit next to that guy at YCS and talk to him about feature matches. And then I was like, oh wait, sad.
Oh no.
I know that's the kimono guy. Like that's it.
I had no idea that was the same person as the person that was in WAF. I had no idea.
Neither did I.
Like for the longest time, until I saw like a profile picture, I was like, "Oh right, yeah." I remember that guy as like getting a nosebleed at YCS once.
What?
He had a kimono and had a nosebleed. Like that image is like stuck in my mind forever.
I didn't know that part.
I'm pissed.
Your camera's not having it today.
Yeah.
It's actually just not. Why is it doing
It,
it? Oh.
it's not focusing at anything. That's the funny part. Not like it's focusing on the microphone.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just
your
like, nah.
focus is here. Your focus is.
Yeah.
You gotta get your face
just
right
sit
up.
closer.
Right, wait, give me a second. Fuck this. Mid podcast. Like, okay.
Oh, not focused. Let's focus.
Staying in. This is staying in.
The issue is just Patty being there. He just can't consider it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because before he got out of his seat, it focused.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
Yeah.
all issues
No, but like,
fixed by
nah,
opening
but
person.
the instant you stood up, it focused.
Literally.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not having this.
Oh,
Well, no.
yeah. So I guess about Liverpool, how was it? Like the pricing seemed decent from what I saw.
The price of put was actually really good.
Yeah.
But
It's just a shame it was Dawn of Majesty.
It's because
Yeah.
the set that made it really bad. It's like it was 20 quid and you get 3 packs for entry. So
Yeah,
like
that's
obviously
slanderous.
they're getting like a 950 rake on it, but they pretty much put all that into top 8 prize support. Obviously they've
good
got
thing
to
though,
cover
isn't it, I guess?
yeah, they've
Yeah.
got the switch is like what is it, like 250 at least or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And then-
250, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure,
second got 3 boxes, third got
Think
2.5, and fourth got 2 or 1. But then like 5th to 6th got 1 as well, and then I came 7th, got 18.
18 is such a random number.
It's
It
just
is
number.
it is random,
It
but
is.
like
You'll take it,
it's
right?
like in my entry packs, I was like, I got a secret, I didn't even look at it. I opened it next to Tristan, it was a synchro, I didn't even read it. I was like, that's a bulk.
I told him I pulled the exact same thing. And I
Yeah.
eBayed it, and it's like worth a tenner.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Yeah, but like, who's gonna buy that? Nobody.
you throw it at your binder, and like a year down the line, someone needs
Yeah,
it.
you'll
Yeah.
get rid of it eventually. But
the only valuable card in the set is like just Starlights, and I think only
Ready
two-
Fusion, right?
Oh, Ready
It's like
Fusion.
20. It's like 20. Not even
Yeah,
like that
it's
much.
Ready
20
Fusion's a
quid.
big one though. Like,
The
Yeah.
It's
Ready
a card that you
Fusion-
can actually get rid of.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the only card that's worth picking up, I think. It's
Yeah.
like, unless if the whole set just turns out to be really, really cheap, it's probably worth just picking up some stuff 'cause it's not going to get reprinted.
Yeah,
Like-
I tried to pick up some high ritual arts, but yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what that card does? What is
Yeah.
high
Oh, this
ritual
card's
art?
insane. This card's insane. So it's you tribute a normal monster from your hand to ritual summon any monster from your deck.
Oh, it's
right,
like
advanced-
reverse.
So
Yeah.
it's a reverse advanced ritual art. So like,
It's
That's pretty
better
cool.
though.
so yeah,
That's
I was
better.
like, that's pretty cool. Like,
What rarity is it?
It's an ultra. But I saw someone on unnamed man on Card Market had 7 for 38 cents each, and I was like, yeah, I'll just buy all 7, right? Like,
All 7.
yeah, I was like, might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Liverpool though is like the thing of it, because obviously no one's really been to like at least like sort of the first biggest event right in the UK.
Yeah,
Like
the UK.
a small regional or something. But it's like I got there like quite early, and it was just like it was just mint seeing people you knew walking. It was just like yeah. It's like
It was very surreal, like standing in a room and being like, "Oh yeah, I recognize that guy from like Nats." Like,
Yeah,
a year
yeah.
ago, 2 years
It's
ago.
like,
At this
I saw Connor Kelly walking, and me and Colin Kelly just like take the mick out of each other all the time. But it was just funny seeing him walking. And then I saw Tristan. I was like, I didn't even expect Tristan to turn up, but it was just like,
Oh, it's quite funny. Right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
so I turned up. Look, you don't actually know this, right? And I didn't realize until after I started walking to the venue. So I park up, and it's like 11:30 a.m. And then I look online. And I'm like, I wonder if this is like I have to pre-book a ticket, and I wonder what the capacity is. So I look online for a ticket, and I'm like, oh, it's sold out.
yeah.
I've not bought one.
And I'm in Liverpool.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I'm in Liverpool now. And I messaged the Disciples group chat. And I'm like, I don't think I can have joined this event. I think I'm just stuck in Liverpool for the day.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I got there and they were like, yeah, I mean, if you come back in like 10 minutes, then we might have a space. People like just don't turn up. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I got there at like 5 to 12. And like, how fast can you write a deck list? I was like, I'll do it right now.
I was gonna be pissed if
But
I
yeah,
sent you
it-
cards and they just didn't get used.
Oh, I would have used them for locals and that's it.
Bless.
I think it was like one of the smoothest ran events I've ever been to.
Oh god,
It's
yeah.
like-
Like there was like no time in between rounds.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
so
no.
fast, but like I don't know. It's like I think for me it was quite a weird feeling just like sitting down round 1. I'm just like used to remote duel, right? It's like it was just a weird feeling, but like yeah.
I've been
I
going
think-
to locals for a while, so I feel used to that, but I'm not used to sitting across from someone that I like don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think I had like an actual like conversation with many of the people I sat down for, apart from when I got paired against Cook.
Yeah, yeah.
I just felt so socially awkward, which I guess is like how most people feel probably. But I just had no idea like what to talk to these people about because I just am
Yeah.
not used to talking to people I don't know.
Yeah, like
I guess.
it feels so surreal. Like obviously, I haven't experienced like anything larger than like 20-man locals. I don't know if you have, Gabe, but like just the idea of like sitting down for like a 7-round event, just like it actually just like gets me gassed. Like I don't know when I saw a winner box in like Dover and I was tempted.
It's
Yeah.
such a Folkestone.
Yeah,
Like,
I was so
literally everything.
tempted just because like it's gonna be a big event to like see people like
Yeah.
I mean, if they do any of like something like Liverpool was, it's not like that far away from
Yeah.
us. I'll be down to go.
Like,
Even Liverpool, to be
yeah.
honest, I would consider that.
yeah, we were
Like-
considering it, right? Like
We considered it. We actually did. It's
I
far,
live-
far away.
I live in like Manchester, so like if in like Brotherhood or something did like a winner box, I'd go to London for a winner box just to like for the event. It's like
Oh,
yeah,
definitely also.
just for the event,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Purely for the social aspect, like
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to like it. I didn't know how I felt about Liverpool just because I wasn't sure who else would be going. One of my friends said he was going to be going. I hadn't seen him in like years and years because he's from Wales. But then he said that he overslept and just didn't turn up, so that was kind of sad.
Oh.
maybe that's why you got a spot though.
Yeah, maybe he's
Probably, yeah. I literally had his spot. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, definitely going to events. It really highlighted the like social aspect of events is like actually the most important part. Because as soon as the event was over, I just dipped. I was like, oh, I got 10th, time to leave.
I mean, you have to drive as well. It's different from when you're like
Yeah, I
going
guess so.
somewhere with your friends. Like, go for a meal after and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's a whole
mine was,
different vibe.
my train home like someone got stabbed. Like, I'm not even lying. Like,
Average.
no
Just
joke.
average.
On the
Jesus
some like
Christ.
it was full of like teenagers and like people going to like Manchester for like night out 'cause it's
Yeah.
Saturday, right? I was like, the train stopped for 40 minutes and the police came because someone got stabbed. I'm like, yeah.
Lovely energy.
Standard.
I was like, people like, oh, should we get off? I'm like, they're not gonna come down here and stab you. Like it's like four coaches down. I was tempted to go sleep and wait. And it was like,
To be honest, it's probably pretty safe. Like, there's no reason they would stab someone else in the same train.
Yeah, you would think. Surely it's like for some reason. Oh, I don't know.
I'm like,
People are crazy.
Don't need to rationalise it.
Yeah. This is
UK traveling experience.
UK travelling experience.
Was it you or Connor that said like you were in Liverpool for like 5 minutes and almost got your phone robbed?
Yeah, no joke. And oh my god, the story of my YuGiOh, right, is like, so the Nationals where it was in Birmingham at the Hilton. I borrowed quite a lot of cards. I was playing like Goku Warrior or something, right, before it got really popular. It was before the Euros.
Yeah.
And I'd like imperms. I had like loads of cards that just came out, like the Nightmares, like that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And then I left my deck day one at like it wasn't even the last round though. It was like round 5. I lost my deck and only just realised at night, and then someone actually handed it in day 2.
Oh.
So,
At least it got
and then
handed in.
yeah, the London, which London? It was like, I think it was 2018 where I won the playoff. I had a duffel bag and I left that on the Friday in the venue. It had a laptop in it, all my clothes and my deck and everything. And I had to like, you know when you go back to the hotel and you should like have to wait until the next day to see if you get all your stuff back. It's like you
Hate
can't.
that,
No, I can't relate.
Nah.
Yeah, well, I can't.
Honestly, out there, like,
I'm like,
I can tell you forget your deck. How do you forget your back?
like,
gosh, it was I had a rucksack and a duffel bag. I don't even know why my deck was in the duffel bag, but I had a laptop in it and everything. I was like, I couldn't sleep obviously, but someone handed that in, and then like I go to Liverpool and I sit down and like I'm with Connor and like I sit next to Martin Harris, who's like a trade group admin. So it was pretty funny because obviously I'm banned from the trade group. And I go over to him and then like I come back and I'm like, where's my phone? And Connor's calling. I'm like, I can't find it. I've been in the venue for like 10 minutes and my phone's been robbed. Like, this is the pure Liverpool experience. I'm like, getting robbed. I'm like, I go, I'm like, it's under Martin Harris's foot. I'm like, I see what you're doing, Martin. I see what you're doing. Coincidentally there, isn't it, Martin? So I get that back. And that's not even, this isn't massive, but like, I'm like, it's like 12:10. I'm like, the event's gonna start soon. Can't find my deck list. I'm like, what? Seriously? I'm like, at this point, I'd rather not enter than like write a deck list out in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then like, I pull my binder out and I shake it upside down because it's got no cards in it. I was like, it's not come out. And then like, I check my binder 10 minutes later and it's stuck in one of the pages and just didn't fall out. I'm like, great. I was like, yeah.
I was actually expecting you to like mention your Milan story then, but yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm surprised that the whole UK doesn't know about my Milan story.
No, I haven't heard this story.
No,
Haven't
really?
you?
100% have.
You 100% have.
What?
I heard it.
I've never been out the UK for a YCS. It's like I've qualified for Euros 4 years.
Oh wait, is it when you got sent home?
Sort of, yeah. That is that. I did get sent home, but like,
I mean, it's still worth studying.
yeah, it's like I've qualified for Euros like every year. I've been playing the game, but I've just never gone, and I've never gone to YCS. So Milan was the first. It was like after London. I was feeling really confident. I was like doing well. I was like, oh yeah, I might as well go. And I went with Ben Sherman, and everything's good. I'm testing the airport, and then I get on the plane. I'm like, I have to get my passport out of the suitcase, but like I can't be bothered putting it back in the suitcase, so it's in my pocket. And I'm sitting down, and I put all my stuff in, you know, the netting in front of the seat where they like the magazines. Put all my stuff in there. Arrive in Milan. I'm like, I check the netting, pull everything out, and I get into the customs bit. I'm like, where's my passport? And I've left it on the plane, right? And I can't go back out of customs. I'm like, wow. So there's like 200 people waiting to go past customs. Ben gets through. I'm there, and there's a picture online somewhere of me just waiting through the glass. Like, embarrassing. I'm like, I wait 3 hours. 3 hours. They're like, we haven't found your passport. Of course you haven't. I know where it is though. Like, of course you haven't found it. You're like, you have to follow me. Like, go to a room with like 3 guards in. They take my name and everything. Like, search my bags because obviously they've got cocaine in there or something. Like, I'm like Narcos or something, right? I'm like, the tech everything. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to go into like, you're gonna have to go downstairs. Like, you can't stay in here. I'm like, right. I'm like, I've got my phone. It's fine. I go downstairs. It's literally a caged room. I'm like, a caged off room. Like, I walk in, right, and it's like there's like what's it called? It's like hammocks. Yeah, hammocks,
Yeah.
right? Not beds, hammocks. It's like it's like I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. But instead of celebrities, I'm a criminal. It's like literally hammocks, right? These foreign criminals or sort of like passport frauders, immigrants, like nothing against immigrants. There's immigrants in there. I'm like, I'm surprised someone didn't come up to me like I'm in a room full of criminals. Like, what did you do? Yeah, left a passport on the plane.
What are you in for?
I play Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's not even the worst thing. I'm like, before I go in, they're like, yeah, we need your phone in your bag. I'm like, no, I should have said I've not got a phone because, like, honestly, they took my phone and my bag off me. I was literally in the room for 12 hours. I'm like, I was like 18 or 19 or something, probably 20 actually. But like, I've never been as scared in my life. I was like actually panicking, yeah. And it's like nobody knew what happened, and apart from Ben, who knew that I was in customs at one point. And then like we didn't have any food, right? They had that little water machine. The only light source, I'm not even joking, I swear that the only light source in the room was a broken vending machine that kept flickering. Not even joking. It gets better. I'm not making any of this up. It gets better. I go into the toilet, right? Someone's been sick as soon as you walk through the door. I'm not joking, right? And then I try to sleep on one of the hammocks. It's got holes in. I'm like, right, I just got to get through this. I'm like, I go after one of the security guards. They're Italian. They don't know what I'm saying. I'm like, when's my plane? It's like, oh, we don't know. We'll tell you. I'm like, it'll be to London. I'm like, I live in Manchester, bro. I don't want to go back to London and get 2 trains from London. It's like, oh, well, you have to wait another 24 hours to Manchester. Yeah, get me on the London plane. I'm gone.
I'm a Londoner now.
Get me on that plane. I'm like, so I'm in there for like 20 hours, and they finally let me go, and they give me my phone when I get on the plane. The story somehow gets worse. I get on the plane, I look through my emails. I waited 3 hours and they didn't find my passport. 5 hours, so 2 hours after that 3 hours, I got an email saying that they found my passport, and they were holding it. So I could have just got my passport and gone to the hotel and gone to the event. No joke. But because they took my phone off me, I didn't receive that email, and they didn't tell the people that were holding me. So like, I got on the plane home and just like, yeah, it's like I had to like. I asked for them to send my passport back, but because they're Italian, they take ages. So I had to like I bought that passport 2 weeks before the event as well. Like it came 2 weeks before the event, so like that was gone. So I had to order a new passport for event, get that one destroyed or like announced as lost, and that was the Milan story. Pretty good.
Oh my god.
That's you're the reason I triple check my passport every time now. I don't want to get stuck in the jail.
I don't want to get cooked.
Officially been locked up on the way to a YCS event. It's like
that's the worst jail history ever. Like
loads of people. Because you were like in the interview, they were like, "What's your most memorable moment?" And like, do I say this? Do I say it? Do I say I got locked up on the stream?
Got locked up going to YCS Milan.
I really wanted to see the guy's reaction during the interview. Just like,
it's like it was funny as well. It's like Paul Cooper. Like I don't know if you know who he is, the American player.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of weeks later, he I don't know, like bait his story out, but he got locked up for a reason, right? It's like I don't know the specific reason.
Yeah.
I commented on the post that made it. I know how this feels. It's like 2 weeks later after I got locked up, I'm like, yeah. But yeah, every single year now, I have like the memory of like I put a post on Facebook saying traveling to Milan with Ben Sherman, and it just gets.
It triggers dark memories.
Yeah, it's actually awful. It was actually awful.
Are you like scarred from like traveling to events now though?
Nah, it's not that. It was just it's obviously my mistake. It's like I even checked to see if I got everything, but I think because it was magazines, I either went into one of the magazines or something. But like,
So the trick with the netting stuff, what you're supposed to do, and I do the same in like hotel rooms.
yeah.
I clear every desk. I clear everything so that everything is empty. I clear like the netting stuff. I take all the magazines out so that I have a visual image of like it being empty. And when I put stuff in it, when I'm leaving, it should be empty again. And then I've got everything.
I don't
That's the only
know.
way you can do it.
Why do you use that? I literally just put the things in my bag. If I forget them, they're in my
Yeah.
bag, not in the
Yeah,
bag.
actually
that's
makes
what I
sense,
do,
yeah.
like-
It was just pure laziness. It was like I don't even know. It's like I can't even explain how.
I guess
like,
this is also
I
like your
left it.
first like YCS
Yeah.
right, as well, like or foreign event.
He's not forgetting his passport again.
It was
Yes.
like so like obviously traveling to the first like event outside the like UK is like most terrible for me. It's not gonna stop me to like I'd go to America like if the first event back was America I'd like 100% go into it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
said the
it's
same.
like-
Yeah.
But like I'm obviously just gonna like now that's happened I'm obviously gonna make sure I've got my passport. Like it's never gonna be in my mind like oh have I got it or not. It's like I'm always gonna check to see if I've got my
Yeah.
passport.
Yeah.
It'll be like my bank card on my phone next to 100%, but
Mhm.
at least it's
Yeah,
on
because
my
you're
passport.
concentrating so much on your passport that you just forget your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or it's on the master
both are
screen.
bad,
I mean, at least
Yeah.
you get into the country without your phone.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, I bet there's like a hot, like pure Yu-Gi-Oh players with like funny stories, but like, I'm
100%.
definitely up there.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Nah.
yeah.
Some of the mad ones. Yeah.
I was like thinking about this the other day, and we like, as like a team, we don't like have like that many insane stories, or like,
Yeah.
or maybe
Oh,
I'm
it's
like
like-
so desensitized to them, like
Definitely think
Nah,
you're
they're-
desensitized to them.
Nah, they're not that insane. They're not like getting locked up.
no.
But like the good thing about
No.
yous is like yous all go to events together like now, right? Or like you
Yeah.
all went to Barney's house and that. It's like because there's so many of yous, it's always going to be a good time, right? There's always going to be
Yeah.
like laughs and stuff. I think that's like probably like I don't know if there's some plays out there, but like if you've not got like a social group or like
Mm.
many people that you know, it's just like it must be just hard going to events like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
I
obviously-
found it hard.
yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I went to I moved to the UK like start of September in 2019, and then I did Ghent like 3 days later. So I didn't know anyone. I just got into a coach and I went by myself. It was the worst experience ever. Even if like I
Right.
did well with like 9 shoes, like yeah, sure, Yu-Gi-Oh was fine, but it was like miserable because I didn't know anyone.
Yeah, I
And
did the
then-
exact same at Euros, yeah. That's
Yeah.
People have heard that story before.
It doesn't feel nice. Also, never get a coach to an event if you can avoid.
Nah, I
Yeah,
took a
I-
coach to I can't remember where I went with Niall on a coach somewhere. Sitting with Niall, maybe not the best idea on a coach. He's a large man. The coach, however, was fine because it meant that I didn't
Right.
have to like weigh my baggage. I didn't have to like worry about how many bags I had. I just whatever I could fit on the coach, I could bring with me. And that
Nah.
wasn't so bad.
It was 3 a.m. Someone like tapped on my shoulder. I'm like, we're in the ferry. I'm like, oh yes, Britain is an island. We gotta go to a ferry. I forgot about that part. So I go, right? Then I found like a space in the ferry because it's already packed because like a bunch of tourists and stuff. They're just me and my bag. So I go into a corner and I just like sleep in the floor.
Of course. Of course.
And then the ferry gets to Calais, I guess, yeah, Calais. And then there's like a bunch of people running, a bunch of children screaming, and I just wake up like panicking, like what the fuck am I? And I can't find my bag like for like a brief second. And I'm like, oh my god, someone mugged my bag with all my stuff and all the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and the passport. I'm dead.
Oh no.
But then like it was like right by me, and I'm like, oh lovely. And then traveling alone is depressing.
I don't know,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
for me, it's like I actually love traveling to events, even if it's on my own. I don't know. I think it's like I think for the last London, it was like so I went out with obviously I went out the night before with
course.
Alfie. Obviously,
Of
it is the standard for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to like a nightclub with Alfie in the morning. We got back at like 5, and he was playing Mindburn for like the last London YCS. So we literally got back from a nightclub, hung up like drunk, and then we were playing Salad versus Mindburn. It was like for 2 hours, and then we got like a McDonald's, and like we had no sleep, and then like Alfie got a train, and I got a coach to London because it was like £15. And then like it was a 5-hour coach, but like it was so chill. It's like even though the coach is like so long and I was on my own, I just thought it was like so chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally like played on my DS like the whole time I was on the coach.
Yeah.
A great
Yeah.
time.
I mean, it's different. Like if you're traveling but you're meeting with people, I guess it's like more
Yeah.
depressing in the sense if you're traveling or staying by yourself and you don't know a lot of people
Yeah,
there.
if it's like a whole weekend alone, I feel like it's different.
Yeah.
Like
Just the travel part is fine. I just zone out. Just get like
Mhm.
your
yeah, because
AirPods.
I think it was I can't remember what event it was, but I remember I think it might have been the last Utrecht, I flew on my own. For like the first event, because normally I'm flying with like 3 or 4 other people, right? And that was like weird for me because like I'm just used to like going to the airport with people, like chilling in the airport with people, then like flying, like everything. So like that was different for me, but like it was kind of nice, just like relaxing and not having to like have a social battery at like 6 a.m. for the 6:27 EasyJet flight from Gatwick or wherever it was.
Gatwick, it's always Luton. It's fucking end of the world.
Oh no,
Intense shithole.
I'm never going Stansted again. I've decided. Like
there's no other options. All the flights are from Stansted or Luton.
I've only ever flown from Birmingham.
I mean, yeah, from London. I guess.
Yeah, I guess like Milan. I have to go Stansted. I think.
Yeah, the blast £10 Ryanair flights return. I paid more to get to freaking Stansted than I paid on my flight.
Literally, I think 1 year I paid like £40 to park at Stansted, right? And my flight was £18. Like,
it's mad.
Insane.
Yeah.
Milan's so
sick
cheap.
of hearing about people having these like really cheap flights, and I'm like, I can't find them anywhere. They don't exist. Like,
It's because you go from Birmingham.
Did you go from Birmingham?
exactly, but like, I haven't. What? I'm not
There's
gonna
no
drive
there's
to
no
London.
point in you driving like 2 hours to London, right? Like,
It
Yeah,
might be
exactly.
cheaper if you add up the
I
things.
mean, now that I have a car, maybe.
Yeah,
but
now that
not
you have a
if
car.
I get
I
train.
guess if you're staying somewhere like the night before, right?
Yeah.
Because like I'm definitely
Few
not,
choices,
like,
this-
I'm not
it'll
driving
definitely be
2
easier.
hours before like
Yeah.
a 6 a.m. flight.
No,
Like,
no,
fuck
no.
that.
A 6 a.m. Ryanair flight, because that's
Yeah,
different
like,
from a
that's not
normal
worth
6
it.
a.m. flight.
Like, I don't know. I might now I'm a working person instead of just like using eBay to fuel my life. I might actually just like go from like Heathrow because it's like literally like 15-20 minutes away. But who knows?
Yeah.
Moffat
I think-
I might join Moffat, but who knows?
Yeah.
Oh no, the British Airways Club.
The British Airways Club. Oh no.
Yeah, I think in relation to like Liverpool again though, it's like I don't know. I found it really because obviously I played Tristan. It's like it was just nice to like play something new like IRL again. It's like I was like even though I lost, like I just enjoyed playing the match. So like
Yeah.
it's just nice. But like it's just funny as well. It's like it's more chill. It's like obviously it's not a YCS. You're more like serious. But like I think it was just nice to like play like a semi-big event and just like be able to chill and just like laugh about like stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt good wanting to win, but not actually like
Yeah.
caring that
Right,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good middle ground.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing I've realised in that event is that Jake Quincy might be right about playing Link Spider. It's like I'm not gonna lie.
That's all Callum was saying.
It is-
Oh shit! Four times throughout the event, if I played Link Spider, I would have won the game at least. It was like.
I mean, if you're gonna play Thunder Dragon Fusion, you gotta play the bad card. I guess you just commit to it.
I don't even know. It's like, yeah. I played Free Dragon Link as well, which was like a really hard matchup for me. And like,
That also doesn't make sense as well. Like,
yeah, I
UK
know. I'm,
things.
there's
I'm
probably like
surprised,
the only
yeah.
3 Dragon Link players in the room as well.
there probably was.
Like,
There probably was, to be honest.
You want to know my matchups? My matchups are amazing, right? Okay,
Oh.
round 1, I'm against Trizigan.
oh no.
Round 5, I'm against Cook with Prank Kids. Round 6, I'm against I can't remember some of the trash deck, and then round 7, I play another Tri Brigade. So I played like 2 Tri Brigade, 1 Prank Kid, and then the rest were.
Cyber Dragon's a hard matchup. I'll let you know. They go Cyber Dragon, you just go Seal Woohoo. What am I gonna do? Seal Cyber Dragon.
I
Yeah,
did
it
not
was
know
like-
how to play that matchup.
Yeah. My matchups were mad as well. It's like, I think like round 1 I played Dragon Link. Round 2 I went against Tenya.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
The guy lava gobbled me as well, right? So I was like, continue.
my Infernoid opponent also had Lava Go.
Yeah, it was like the guy summoned a Tenya, and then he summoned a Vanilla, and then tried making a Link 2, and every time he summoned a Link 2, I just veiled it, and he passed. I'm like, fair enough. Like,
You saw the first card that actually had tags because all of the others are vanilla, and you're like, okay, I'm veiling this.
and then round three was actually funny. I played like, well, I met him at the event, but he's like Lewis Fox, who like went with Connor Kelly, and it was like really funny. But like, we had like a 30-minute game 1, and then game 2 was like, I'm ahead all game. I get up to 13k life with dropses, and he does no damage until then. But like, I've run out of resources eventually. I've got no prank kids or anything, no cats or anything. And then he activates desires, but he doesn't banish any of his tri brigades or no revolts at all. So he has all of his engines still, and like he summons 5 guys, and then he attacks for like 6k, and then he summons an Appaloosa of 4, so I had to judgment it. So like, I've gone from like 13k to 3k in like 10 seconds. And then like he ends on a Dragon Lords and like something else, a revolt, but he doesn't have any omens left. I'm like, I top deck desires with no cards in hand, but like I have no prank kids anyway, so like the only card in my deck is instant fusion. So I banished 10, I draw 1, it's not instant, but the second card's instant fusion. So I'm like somehow I have to bait out this Dragon Lord. So I'm like, oh, I drew a place in it, but no kids. I'm like, activate place, and he Dragon Lords it. So like, instant fusion.
Wait, how do you even Dragon Lord the place, even if it was?
No, like,
my God.
you can do that, right? You can Dragon Lord the place.
No, I mean, I mean,
you
you
don't have to
can.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Like, instant fusion, I'm on 2k, and he's like on 1900. I'm like, Rocket Ride, summon Doodle, and she's like, oh. But then, like, it's a draw, and we're like,
all that for a draw.
all of that's a draw.
we just drew in a first place gets a switch event. Of like, so technically, if we won there was no XOs who won the tournament. So like, if we won all the other rounds, we would have won. But like, yeah, that happened. So I'm like, XO won. I'm like, I have to win the rest. And then I think it's round 4 I get paired against you, Tristan.
Yeah, it might have been. It was
Yeah,
like
it's
just after you got a draw.
Yeah, it's like game 1, like Tristan wins the dice roll, I think, and he does like, he had on like Steel Tiding or something, and then like it ends up being, if I had Link Spider, I would have won that game, obviously. And then
there was a time where you like use prank, summon a token, and in my head I was like, if he just like attacks over my like Seaford that I floated off thing, I just lose.
The token has 0 attack or defense, which is it should at least have 100. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I summoned a Link Spider, and he obviously baits out the dragon, so he bounces the safer, and then I normal summon a kid and win. But like, I had to make a cat, and he bounces it, and then I can't make another cat. Obviously, it's once per turn, so I'll just lose. And game 2 is like, I just win. I don't know how that game went, but game 3, like Tristan, like full. This is like one of the best dragon boards I've ever seen. He ends on like Seal, Tidying, IP, the big
Red.
big hot red. I'm like, 2 prank kids, 2 pandemonium. Yes.
I was to be sick.
Yeah. I'm like, I know with a kid, he like bounces it, and they're like, oh, pandemonium. He hot reds it. I'm like, pandemonium, and like, obviously he has to bounce. Yeah, he bounces like, I think he bounces one with unicorn, and bounces the other, and I have a kid. I'm like, all right, I can make Doodle, but like, obviously I can't I can't get rid of like his board still. He has so much advantage. So like, I can't get rid of the hot red either. So literally, my end board was like, make Weather Washer.
Yeah.
And he summons, he has Levianeer in hand, so like, if I had Bow Wow, I would have been fine, but like, yeah, he just destroys the 2 monsters from Weather Washer. But like, I'm surprised at how the board he ended on, I ended up like comboing still, but I just didn't have enough like advantage.
Yeah, I definitely almost lost. I think I had a hand trap in hand as well, so like actually.
You ashed one of the prank kids as well when I made Doodle. Yeah. I was like, I thought I would have been fine if you didn't ash that. So like, I played through 2 bounce, a negate, ash. And like, I don't even know what else. Yeah,
I think you just don't bounce the first kid against prank kids if you have like everything. The only way to lose is Poly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I had no idea.
Yeah, no, fair enough. You see a prank kid, you see Steel, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What if he goes battle phase?
I think after that, I went against.
Then you both have battle phase.
Alright. Then I have to.
I went against like the mirror round 5. And the guys played like, obviously it's prank kids. He's like, oh, summon a prank. I have Ghost Spell, Veiler, a prank kid, Call Boy. I was like, so I have 2 hand traps and 3 good cards. He's like, normal summon a kid, Apparel Exceed. He goes full combo, so he makes Dweller. I'm like, Dweller. I've not got Imperm yet. You know, yet. He makes Dweller. I'm like, but I'm probably just gonna lose to Dweller. And he like, full combos, Avail of the Doodle, he makes another Doodle, activates it, and then a Ghost Spell it. So he ends on like Dweller, Prank Kid, and Summon in hand. I'm like, draw. I draw Imper for the Dweller. And he's like, imagine having 3 hand traps. I'm like, no sort of prank kid. Link is like Ash, I'm like call by, and he just this guy's so salty, and then like yeah, game 2 I just win anyway. But, like
Oh my god, I definitely lose that game if he. There's no reason he shotguns that well, right? Like, it doesn't do anything.
yeah, but then like after that I'm like I'm watching some matches. I'm not gonna name any names, so I'm not that sort of person. I'm like, right,
We never do that in this podcast.
it's prank kids versus Evoke Shadal, it must be, because and then you actually punishment. I'm like, this prank kid player's got a doodle and a prank kid. It was like, this punishment's gonna win in the game. I'm like, wait, what did he just activate? A ghost spell? I'm like looking at my phone like, let me just read punishment. I was like, just punishment, do anything else here? I'm like, the opponent's like, I think I'm gonna get a judge on that one. I'm like, I'm in the corner. I'm like, yeah, I think you should. I'm like, and then the judge was like, the judge takes like 2 minutes to check. I'm like, just do your job. Like that card cannot be goal spelled. And then obviously the judge rules it. I'm like, I go to Sam Lang, like the head judge, like the head judge, like most stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you can't goal spell punish him, right? I'm like, what does it do? I'm like, it does nothing that goal spell could like do. Like, yeah. I'm like, did the judge rule it right? I'm like, I hope so. But yeah. It's like the prank kid player obviously wins the match somehow. I didn't watch the rest of the match, so I'm not going to comment. But yeah, goal spell and punishment is a new one.
So you can bell Nadir, right? So by extension, you can probably bell punishment.
Smile.
That's true. That is true.
Right, like they're similar. Yeah, they have GY.
Exactly.
Control F.
Yeah, it's pretty mad.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like, it's not like, because I sometimes I wonder if you can go spell Anaconda, but like, because like, the reason is because it sends Thunder Dragon Fusion, right?
Okay.
Can you Ash Anaconda sending Red Ice Fusion?
Yeah, that's why I got confused, because if you send Thunder Dragon Fusion, it shuffles from grave into deck, right? So I was like...
You can't Ash Red Ice.
Yeah, but you can't Ash Red
Yeah.
Anaconda.
Yeah, I was unsure, to be honest. Like, I double checked to the judge, like, this is in like a remote duel locals. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was against said person who tried to go spell punishment. But like, yeah.
Someone's getting banned on chat again.
But yeah.
Oh no, oops, oopsie.
To be honest, like, yeah, the event was really funny. It's like, yeah, because Connor Kelly was there. Connor Kelly's just
Oh
like,
god, I learned about a new tech from Connor Kelly. Hot new tech in virtual world.
Oh.
the last tournament I played with Connor Kelly and his team, it went me 6-0, Arthur Miller. Oh no, it wasn't Arthur. It was Owen Wilson 2-4 and Connor Kelly 1-5. That was the 3v3 YCS, right? And this was when calamities was a thing, right? And somehow I went 6-0 against 3 virtuals going second. I was like, oh great, I did so good in this event that my team went like, what was the record? Like 3-9.
Oh my god.
So yeah, and they're like, yeah, he's like, he called us to me and fingers like, oh, my deck's insane. I'm like, what is it, virtual? I'm like, oh, virtual is pretty good. He's like, yeah, have you got an Aqua Dolphin? I'm like,
He opened Lulu Kowloon.
yeah.
Less Dolphin.
It was like, you've got like a 56% chance of like opening a spell or something. With connector. I'm like, bro, your hand's actually. He was telling me and Tristan about it, and every single time he was comboing, his hand was insane. I'm like, the guy ended up going like 2-4. Oh no, two. It was 3-4. So like, obviously he did well. He came 52nd.
not even top 50%.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
shout out to Connor Kelly for his amazing text. He was like,
no.
yeah. He lost to Ignista, and that's saying something. It's like, in Nibiru, Ignista and still lost, so, yeah.
I'm shocked when virtual doesn't break, let alone if they can break and open connector and play.
Yeah. Funny thing is that,
Why do they play connector instead of dolphin? Like straight up. Like, what?
Because you can dolphin twice, because you
Yeah.
connector and then you like
Oh,
synchro with the
God.
dolphin after using it, and then you
Sure.
contribute yourself to summon dolphin.
No, I've seen
Lovely,
people
Ash.
playing Diva in that deck as
That's
well.
the same thing.
Yeah, and I played Diva with Lane-Cross at some point, but at least Diva, it became a virtual name because you made the
You
level
drew.
6 synchro, and you drew one. Dolphin, you just like,
F.
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't think King won't count as a combo because you can pitch King.
I asked him like, why are you not just playing like PK at this point? And he was like, no, Virtual World's the best deck.
It's virtual,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Shen is like. Every time like I think of Virtual, it reminds me of a top 16 of the YCS when my opponent like was playing Dryton and someone Shen. I'm like, I wonder if you know what I'm playing. No, I don't think you do, don't you? You don't know I'm playing Prank Kids. Like the guy had full combo. Like he didn't even make Beatrice or anything. He just prioritized Shen. I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good card versus me. I was like, I've never seen a Dryton player ever make Shen before this guy. Like,
I didn't know that was even possible.
Yeah. I mean, Diviner sent level
Diviner,
6,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you sent Iderton and then any Dryton like level 9. Yeah.
Why?
So funny.
It's like 28 negates not enough.
to be honest, like it's debatable, like if Herald or Shen's better against Prank Kids, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think Herald's better if you have like 4
That's
negates.
sure better. It went like infinite negates.
Shen is like essentially like 5 negates against Prank Kids, right?
Yeah, Shen. You
Yes.
have to open up the fusion spell against Shen or you lose. It's like that's.
Yeah,
like,
but then, if they have the fusion spell, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, true. But
It's funny though. Imagine getting Shenshins.
Yeah, another Connor Kelly story is that like he was sat next to a match and he and Blakely won. And like I don't know if he got like the RDIQ or something. Pink hair dude. Yeah, he's alright. And then he and Blakely won, and Connor Kelly for no reason was like, "Oh, just check his side deck, count his side deck in case," as a joke. And Keen Blakely only had a 14 card side deck.
Oh, I heard about this.
And actually got a game loss. Connor Kelly literally got a guy who lost the match, the win, for saying on his side deck. He didn't even. It wasn't because Connor thought suspicious. He was saying it as a joke, but his opponent actually only had a 14 card side deck.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Nah, that's a medium shit. Like,
I remember when Connor Kelly like started messaging Martin Harris to get Ben Challoner like a game loss or DQ'd or something.
Oh,
at an event
oh
for
no,
his
that's
sleeves.
dark.
I remember that. That was.
Oh no,
That
it's
was
the same one Sam got.
Yeah,
So
that's
Sam
the
got a
one-
match loss.
Yeah, Sam got match lost. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. One of my rounds was striker, and my striker
Oh.
got a game loss because he drew too many cards. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
game 3 against striker, and like obviously I'm panicking because like if we get close to time I lose. And then so I'm like rushing through my combo. He ashes me at some point. And I'm like whatever, doesn't matter. Dragons brew. So I summon Levy and I go Levy effect, and he's like trying to like hold his hand, like he's like holding it like this, and like can you just like fan it out so I can roll a dice or whatever. And he like slowly puts it down, and then he like brings his hands up, and I'm like looking at his hand, and I'm like expecting to see 4 cards, and I'm like double taking, and then I'm counting 5 cards, and I'm looking at the ash in his grave, and I'm like, where did this card come from? And he's like, oh, I probably knocked it off the top of my deck, and I was like, I don't remember seeing you do that. Like that seems like a really obvious thing that would have happened. And he's like, oh, I don't know, and I'm like, oh, it feels like I'm gonna call a judge. So I did, and he just like the judge comes over and it's Aaron Ray, and then he asked like, well, was his hand shuffled? And I was like, well, he ashed me, so probably at some point. He was like, yeah, I think that's a game loss. So he just got a game loss in game 3.
Yeah, the guy didn't seem like he would cheat at all. I think what he did was accidentally drew 6 and didn't want to say. Like,
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah,
Like I don't think it was intentional, but
But
he had
Wait,
another
how
judge earlier
how
in
is
the
he not drawing for a turn then? How was his plan to like not draw for a turn?
maybe he's just gonna mime it. He's just gonna go, never mind. I don't know. It's really weird.
Like Levin, you're debunking cheats out here.
Yeah, my opponent got a game loss as well last round. There were so many game losses that I've had. But like,
People don't know how to play
I
anymore.
don't have to play apparel YuGiOh.
People are too used to playing remote duels.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I went against Dale Hawks and like he's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah, he goes to not locals. That I'm going
Yeah.
to fight.
and he's playing Dryton and we get a deck check and he's just got like one of his side deck cards in his main deck. It was like a Natasha. It was like nothing. It was like he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to give a game loss. And I literally at this point I'm like, I actually want good testing. It was last round. I'm like X1-1, so I actually do need to win. But like I said to Aaron Ray, like, can he just like not get a game loss? And he's like, no, we have to actually give him one.
That's
And then like so we go into game 2 and like I thought he gets to choose, but Aaron Ray said it's random.
Yeah.
It's random. It's random.
But, like,
You gotta-
I win the dice roll, so it's Prank Kids versus Dryton. I don't even care if I go second at this point. Like, the Dryton matchup's still free, I think. But like, I'm like, I go full
Unless they
combo.
make Shen.
Yeah, I go full combo. He doesn't have any interruption at all. I'm like a draw of practicing end phase, and my hands double Veiler, Ashe, Bell, and Nibiru. I'm like, yeah. So I've got like full Butler. I've got Butler, Bow. I've still got Bow Wow effect as well. So I'm getting 2 pranks in hand. I'm like, you like summons Divide. I'm like I think he summons Divide anyway, and like Veiler, and then like he tributes Alpha for like Delta. I'm like, oh, I'll Ashe it, and then like he summons Gamma. I'm like, Ghost Bell. He's like, wow, like yeah, and then I show him my other hand. It's still like Veiler, Nibiru. Like, yeah. I'm like, to be honest, like. Yeah, I would have just played out the match, but obviously that's against the rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, it was like I really enjoyed it for like the first event. Like I didn't really care if I didn't top. Like I came, it's not a regional, so like
people, right? Like the social
Yeah, it was like essentially a big locals.
yeah. It's not a regional, so like coming 7th is like nothing. It's just like extra prize support, right? But like, yeah, I don't know. Like the person who got spelled a punishment got scammed out of the Switch though. It was pretty mad. It was like. He's like,
Geist came 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, so Stephen Roberts won, and he was like X1 at like round 6, I think, or round 5, and then Owen Wilson was XO last round, and Jake Quincy was X1 last round, and he lost to like someone I don't know who. And then Jake
lost to Acer.
Yeah, he lost to Acer, yeah. But like Jake won last round on table 1 against the XO, and he came 2nd, and Stephen Roberts come 1st somehow. I don't even know how.
It's baffling.
I'm shocked at that one. I don't know how that
God's
works.
work, isn't it?
Yeah,
UK tiebreakers is a mystery.
Yeah.
UK tiebreakers favor Altergeist. That's the only way to take it.
No, wait, no. That event where we got a draw, Gabe.
Oh yeah.
You got higher and I got like 7th, and I didn't get a deck box. And I'm still pissed.
I mean, I wasn't table 1 before we lost, and you were like X1 better on 3 or something.
Yeah, my deck was cooler. My deck was cooler.
It was good. It was good. Oh, that is such an UK event because Draco Mystic Mine won.
Like,
nah. I missed it. Can you have regionals so I can complain about people playing shitty decks again?
Yeah. I'm like low-key looking forward to it, and then like the Draco Mystic Mine decks are gonna appear, and I'm gonna cry. But
there was a yeah.
I almost lost to Mermail and Cyber Dragon. Fully. Like Mermail broke my full board game 1.
What?
It was nothing I could do.
Did it like do anything after like breaking the board?
I think so.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Oh.
Nice.
I had to whip out the tech in game 3. That was the only way I could win.
Oh no, I had to flip the monkey card.
Yeah, there was like a Mystic Mindburn player, like X2 last round, and he was against Triton. It was against that Matthew Harrison, the Kiri Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
And like me and Dale get debt check, right? So me and Dale just fucking hawking this match. We are like, this is the most entertaining match of the whole event. This guy's got like Cauldron Field Barrier Mine. I'm like, I like this guy. So he wins, and then like, how does it go? It's like, the guy goes Mystic he summons the DD guy that swaps control.
Yeah.
Oh,
but, yeah, but the Triton plays kept in Orange Light. I'm like, that's debatable. It's like, I don't even think he kept it in just for the DD guy. I just think he didn't know what to side out.
Yeah.
And like, so the guy summons the DD guy, and then he actually Orange Lights it, so the Mystic Mine's dead. Is that that's broken? Like the orange.
What interaction?
And then he's like, so he just passes, and then the opponent bricks, the Dragon player bricks, and then the opponent goes pot duality, gets another mine. I'm like, wow. He gets but then like I don't even know. The Dragon player top decks like Cosmic or something, and like it was a pretty funny match. And in game 3, the guy goes like, I think he goes like left arm and gets ashed. I'm like,
the entertainment dies here.
Yeah, the Triton player's got Divider, Gamma, Alpha. I'm like, yes, that is OTK right there.
He did his best.
Yeah.
It was very funny for a moment. Dreadful goes, dude, be sweating.
Oh, it actually just like traumatizes me seeing Mystic Mind players. Like,
yeah.
But
that card is insane in this format, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people still play it. You can still lose shit.
No, so like I took Marcus and Moffat to our locals like a couple of weeks ago, and like round 2, after Marcus almost lost to an Amazement deck, I then see him paired up against Mystic Mine, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
UK locals, and I just see
Marcus
him.
is not going to want to play local.
No. This was the funniest thing because it was like I can't remember what game it was. I think it was game 2. I just see his opponent has Prohibition, Mystic Mine, the spell card that protects Mystic Mine, Field Barrier, and then a set card. And Prohibition are on Cosmic Cyclone, Imperial Order. Marcus only had Cosmic Cyclone, Imperial Order, and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster in his deck as outs. And I look at his hand, he's got 6 cards in hand, and there's just Cosmic Imperial Order there. Of course. It's like an opponent you. And I'm just like, I'm sweating for Marcus here. And loses. But,
Of course. I mean,
like, yeah.
I was expecting Draws Feather Dust around the top, or like
No, he had the goddess thing to look at the top. Yeah. So I was like, this is fucked. Like,
Yeah,
it's funny you mentioned Amazement's. Amazement's one of my locals this week.
no.
I don't know how.
I've seen Herman almost lose to Amazement on one of the extravaganzas.
No. How?
It was a very fun moment. He lost the die roll. Bro, the strap decks are insane when they go first.
I don't know what they do. I feel like trap decks are insane right now when they go first. But
Yeah, they're just gonna go second.
Yeah.
I think we're going like we run an hour right of this podcast.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, this is a long one.
106
Makes
now.
it up for cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to like cut a little bit out because like someone knocked on my door and I answered it. Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
This door.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, and then I realized that I muted. I like this server muted myself on Discord, and like, but like,
Oh,
and
but
then I realized that the OBS thing it doesn't like do that, so I've still got the audio through OBS. So it's
Yeah,
just me having a
right.
conversation.
Well, you cut it after.
But yeah, so yeah, weirdly over an hour. I was kind of skeptical because we got like 6 minutes in and we'd talked about half of this topic.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Milan story. The Milan story
Yeah,
made us have
literally.
topic for like 40
That
minutes.
was, yeah, that was a good 10 minutes to the.
Yeah.
10 minutes
hour.
of my
Yeah.
lamb, like, treachery.
Shadow time.
But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. What do we normally do? Check us out on Spotify whenever this is out if you want to listen to that.
All the sponsors.
Thanks for Cook for joining us. Smile.
It's alright.
Oh, look at him go.
Sponsors,
I've
Mats,
been
Card
waiting.
Market.
Yeah, I've been
Brotherhood
waiting
Games.
for this time.
Been
Yeah.
waiting for this. So yeah, thanks for
Am I there?
sponsors at Brotherhood Games. Bless up to Mike for reopening locals and stuff for
Cool.
more than just YuGiOh, I think.
Yeah.
Card Market. I hope I get an email back soon. And Metamats. And then if you want to buy our mugs, go find us on gamersapparel.co.uk.
Shout out to Ghost Bell and Punishment as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
shout out. Those Bell Hound and Merchant.
Ghost Bell Punishment, don't forget it.
Don't forget.
Half the jokes from this week are because of Ghost Bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it better than Skullmeister on a Doodle Doo? Or was it
It's a better Butler,
Butler.
sir.
Butler.
Oh.
I have no comment on that.
Alright, that's it.
I've
Wrap
said
it up.
I've said
thanks
enough.
for
I've said
watching.
enough.
Bye.